You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
I like that this game
The
gives
small
so much
steel tag
information.
says as much. The great skua. Stegosaurus skua.
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks to the door where there's a man about rejecting his foot to the floor. Okay.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. This is the great. The small steel tag says as much.
Look, your buddy. Why don't you go and talk?
He pretends not to hear you.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bye, dude. I just wanted to help you with your bird. I'm the little yellow thing. Soft purr of electric juicer coming. Someone is working. Okay, who's the dude with the bar reject? That guy. That guy is okay. I don't want to talk to him yet. I want to explore. So it's Monday, hopefully. Okay. Not there yet. Catch glimpses of the Union paraphernalia, a strike poster, some red pennants. Okay. Sign reads Mess Hall, reserved for Union members. Doors open 1600. I don't know what that is. I don't know military time. I think that means 6 a.m. though. Story pinball machine is unplugged. Oh, that sucks. Okay, lady, what's up? Nina, the
Hello, sweetie.
cryptozoologist's wife. Okay.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
That guy's scary. Because he's important. I don't think there's much else I could do here, though. Well, I can look. I already looked at the door. Maybe not? I don't know. We'll see. This door is bolted. The sign continues with 1300. Until a woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu start. Today it starts in a man's handwriting. Huh. So yesterday a woman was in charge of the cafeteria? Yeah, find that person. Maybe I
A
can learn some
bespectacled
stuff.
man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Enigmatic white rectangles. Yeah,
Hello.
shake his hand.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Prison 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Do I lie or do I tell him the truth? Who do I want to be? I'm gonna lie.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Oh, that was just me trying to remember my name. Okay.
Okay then. It
I
looks
told
like
him
we
the
had
truth.
a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been
Yeah, I
otherwise
understood that.
occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right?
No.
It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Mm-hmm. So, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know is that the tone was muffled, using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The Dock Workers Union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
That's right. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? You mean like a brief? There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about... During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify. Just to be clear, no, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? Good, yes. Because it's not part of reality.
So desperately mundane. You need to funk this case up. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him.
Good.
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
Yeah, it was.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter.
Seolite?
My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a
Seoul is
protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
He was proud. Okay, so he doesn't like being from Seoul. He likes being from this area.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Just observing. Yeah, no I don't. Glasses are cool.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome. No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. It's like you're locked down.
What's happening to me?
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands.
Huh.
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Oh, he's cool. Okay, Mr. Lieutenant.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The
Dude, I do that all
lieutenant's
the time.
conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
Okay.
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and
And we can
idly
learn a
thumbs
lot about
through
him and
a
the
few
world
pages.
through his notebook.
We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Yes.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I
Distinctive.
hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
Yes,
Interesting.
but containers contain things, shiny things. They're interesting.
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
Okay, I'll go through it again.
You have a... I hope
How's that?
they say...
Yes, but containers contain
That's racist.
things.
I didn't even read it. It's okay.
He simply nods.
Leave. I kinda like this guy. I like him. Is there anything else I can talk
Yes.
about? No. Okay. Bye-bye. I could steal the pills from this guy.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Pretty long. It's not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime? Maybe...
Nope. Not drinking.
The man with the unimpressive
Oh, there you
beard
go.
notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Are you kidding me?
That made me laugh.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
You're the girl. That's right.
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live
Jamrock.
in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you
But
still know your
so-
way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not...
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
That's pretty good.
Behind this building, there's a
Where's the
courtyard.
dead body?
They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get
You
to
have
the
to be mean,
courtyard
man.
through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through. I don't know who killed him.
He doesn't know. He just said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they?
Oh, people are saying it was the Union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why would the dock
I would
workers
suppose
lynch
it's
this
because
man?
they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The Unionistas probably thought they'd send a
didn't kill him.
message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
She went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Am I not a cop?
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
Notebook, and he opens his little notebook, took the cover of the pocket, and safely took away in a small one.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
Everything has something to do with everything. That's not true. I don't know. Just went for it. You're right. Probably shouldn't have. I guess I like
Good
to be
for
thorough.
you.
Was
Was there something else?
two
I'd like
games
to
I
get
bought
back to
yesterday.
what I was doing.
The 2 games I bought yesterday. Yes. Or would it be considered today?
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
As you blow this joint, behind you a whiny voice shouts.
Real mature, man. Real mature.
I'll pay him back soon. I'll get money, although I don't know how.
Hello
again,
again, sweetie.
Yeah, okay,
I
there
see
you go.
you've met up with your colleague.
To the lieutenant.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe
And
yeah.
have you found anyone to be sweet to?
She smiles conspiratorially. Old people. Always the bad ones, right, Mom? No. Not with mating. I don't know. Maybe I have. I don't know.
You
Yeah.
rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
What? She's old.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
I don't want her on
A
my team.
paraplegic
Then she can
is
die.
someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
No, I'm not going to ask her to roll with me. Also, that seems kind of mean, because she's in a wheelchair. know where I am or what I'm doing, or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
So, I hope you're alright, but I hope it's not too. Yeah, I'm blowing this whole thing out of proportion, Judy. I hope you're right. It's not too bad.
You know where we are, right?
We're in Ravishul.
That's right. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise.
Disgraced capital, honestly. I don't know diddly squat about Ravishul. What kind of place? Okay. Okay.
Yes, and Revachol? Yes, great. See? We're getting somewhere. What else you know about our city of splendor? Tattered as she may be.
That's it.
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
Okay.
I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause. She says nutrition. Must look quite
Speaking of
lost.
history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of
That's
51.
right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is
This lady
palpable.
is very nice.
She was getting pretty worried about you then, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
The Isle Leaders Force Warriors chose to be governed by intelligent machines. What? Radios are being used to control people's minds? No, we're not doing that. We're governed by intelligent machines? No, we're not doing that. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse plains on steeds, civilizations, some kind of democracy, maybe.
Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control.
Control.
Under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
Meaning,
Market-driven.
buying is voting.
Yep. Money is power, as they say. Is there no government? How come there are cops? We're a militia, though. We're a citizen. We're a group of citizens. So I got that part already.
It's quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got. Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol,
Yeah,
not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
Helping clearing up a lot of things, lady.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Aw. What is the revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
42. Okay. Okay. And I look like I'm a bit older than that, so maybe I was alive for that. What does that have to do with there not being any cops? Yeah, I'll go.
It has something to do with everything.
Yeah, I would
I
think
really
so.
don't know how to explain it better. You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
Oh,
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And
maybe.
while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Who could tell me
Someone
more?
more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Well, you've already
Of
helped me a
course.
lot, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
That's a
find
good
someone.
point. This doesn't look like Rich Central.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Okay, bye-bye. Autosave. Okay, let's look at the stuff I got, too. A green apple pen. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Monday. Filled. Map. Broken window. Okay. Yeah, let's go check out that broken window now that I'm... understand that I'm a detective. Starting to put things together. My name is like, what was it? Golden Forest? On fire? Was it a slight scent of alcohol? Was that what it was? Ravishard. Maybe her name is Ravishard. Might not like it in here, dude. Things went down. And I don't know what did.
The window stands broken in its frame. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Okay, so I threw something outside. I see.
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely
I
a
threw
projectile
something
than a
outside.
held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
What am I doing? It's just the size.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than
larger
your
than your
fist.
fist. So maybe like a bowling
The
ball?
shoe you found on the balcony fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force.
Oh, my shoe.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe.
Okay. Really? That was it? My shoe was that heavy? What a stupid thing to do.
Pretty much. But hey, at least you found your shoe. Not that it will keep you warm at night.
Okay. Oh, poor Kim.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all... The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor.
No problem, officer.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Option, okay. Not time to sleep yet. Can I figure out what's
A
going on
mirror
with myself in
hangs
the mirror?
on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. Like the rest of you, it
Yes.
comes from a bad place
Never mind.
somewhere in the
I thought
past.
I thought I was.
That's
I
all
thought I
you know
succeeded.
for now.
I did not succeed. Okay, Mr. Kim. What is your name? Is Kim, right? I already forgot. Hold on. Are you Kim?
Yes?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, let's go back out over here. Just re-exploring things, you know? This game is very interesting. I like it. I like the way the information is kind of... all the information you get is the same as the information the character gets, you know? You're in the same state of mind, pretty much. There's a guy down there. I can maybe see. Smell the sea makes you dizzy. Yeah. This music is very nice. Is there really a district named Jamrock? I mean, come on. I know it's Disco Elysium, but still. That's like low-hanging fruit. Apparently I have something in my inventory. Don't know what. But what I should do is go to his car, report my missing badge, and, what was the other thing? I don't know. Maybe I won't do the other thing, because I don't want more people than, like, him and just a couple others to know I'm not who I am. He needs to know, because he's my partner, but other people do not need to know. Okay, that guy is still here. Man, I could so easily take all of his stuff.
The worker is in a deep slumber.
I could pick up the pills. I could steal the thing too. No, we're not gonna do it. It's hard to be bad, or hard not to be bad. If we need the dock worker ID, I know where I'm going though. Summer door closed for the winter. Don't leave through here. Through here then? Dude, everything in this game really is voice acted. That's pretty crazy. That's like a lot. It's like a lot, bruh. Okay, I need to find someone who is wise to the ways of the world and can explain to me who I am and what is going on. A heap of snow melts in the wheelbarrow for water. Okay.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
The place looks the part. There's graffiti everywhere, and the traffic jam behind you is completely unregulated.
Of course. What can I help you with? Me? I am just a gardener.
She hides it well, but behind the sweat and dirt there is something else in her rigid posture.
Okay. There's more to you than that. Cool, what are you doing here? Okay. Okay.
I'm working.
Working on
I
what?
have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done. Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale.
Salts? Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
Of course. Where to? It's there. In the yard, right through the hole in the fence.
Even all the way over here, there's a drop of death in the spring air.
What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
Sorry. Okay.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
The pier keeps it apartments. So more living spaces are north.
The harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too.
Okay.
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. No problem.
She's very well composed, back straight.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
We'll find some other gloves. I won't take hers. What the hell is this? Oh, I don't want to talk to you.
Yes?
Oh, look at this weird car thing. I have to walk all the way
Before
over
you
here.
stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Okay.
A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. A metallic drawer slides out from under.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
Rubber-handed chain cutters. Red-tipped.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Do I take the rubber-handed chain cutters? The hand-cranked flashlight? Why not
The
just take all of
handles
it?
are long and sleek. You can do good work with these. It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Lets you see things in the dark you would... The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal.
Okay, so I still
You have
remember
synced
how
with
to
the machine's
drive.
mechanical circulation. You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back.
Huh.
The smell of freshly treated leather. The lack of dirt and dust on the dashboard. I'm good, cherished and cared for, in the hands of a tending owner.
Okay.
The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers. A frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And the soft purr of electrical kittens.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Okay.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Nice to meet
This
you.
is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green Prime Line, a yellow save
Save
button. catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
I still need to connect to the station. I need to connect to a civilian. Ignore Alex was the one. I'm done with the radio. Okay. Could you reconnect me to 41st
Just a
Precinct?
second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
The man
French.
uses relay code. You've got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4. 10-5. What's your status? Over.
What's your status over? Just reporting
10-18.
in.
State your message, sir.
I need to report my bed.
10-9. Over. 10-4. Message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir. Over.
Holy crap. I barely understood that sentence.
You mean your partner? Over.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn...
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Dietmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's
Yeah, I
the
didn't
name
think so.
of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Tell them to stop. This is serious. Hey, officer, it's Elizabeth.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh goddamn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Dietmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station.
Mullen dicked us.
Who is this Mr. McLean? He's not from Die Hard. Okay, can we just move on? I need to get reported
10-4,
over.
I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck
I
me.
am indeed.
Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen.
What's going on?
There's so many people.
Lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
This guy is a lot more
No
chill
heights
than everyone
even
else.
for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his... Sergeant Orson wants to know if you...
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
This isn't good.
Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone.
Who is Half-Light?
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Lying? Over the phone? It's easy. Just say it like it's the truth.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over.
I'm not telling the truth about that. This might sound odd, but there's personal details. Okay, no, I'm not doing that. 10-10, transmission complete, standing by. Okay.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Tap on the fuel preheater gauge. Okay, pick up the radio again.
Precinct 57, how may I assist you?
Press the save button.
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Felicio, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most
This is what you like,
vulgar.
Kim.
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring radio. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio.
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted the prime line, right?
Oh, that's pretty great.
Is that what it was called?
Go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's
I
still on
really
Speed
want
Freaks
to.
FM.
But I don't want to do
Nothing
that.
to get into, really. But sure, let's focus on the important things.
He seems like so much more of a chill guy than that. It's pretty funny.
You see,
Close the door. We're out of here. We got some good stuff done. What do I do? Did I get to choose something to level up? Conceptualization's pretty high already. What about visual calculus? Understand. Why is my concept? Okay, we're gonna do drama because I want to be able to lie. But we are gonna do a lot of perception and D stuff. Maybe endurance because that heals. That's my health. You know. Okay. Hole in the fence. Let's get. Actually, let's look at the other stuff I gotta do. Yeah, I got the tools now. Good. I need gloves for the autopsy. Okay, gun check. Okay. Exo-home. Okay. That's not good for me. Get some water where you have ceramics. Does anyone know where I can get gloves?
Welcome to Rivachol.
Racist lorry driver.
This man looks like trouble. You might not want to get into this right now. Plenty of...
Yeah, I agree. With the name racist lorry driver. Excuse me. Jeez, okay. Just sit down. Let's talk this out. More working stiff. Oh, okay. This isn't good. Let's talk to this guy.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
Okay.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work!
Besides,
okay.
We're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
I don't think I've chosen any sides
Might be
yet.
time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers.
This guy is massive compared to us. Jeez.
I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the
right to work!
Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make a salary.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
So, okay.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Okay, I want to go to the harbor too. What is the okay, well, I know what a strike is. Who are all these strike bakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market. the rules of the economy because they were given a job to do.
That's your goal here.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't. Main gate's locked. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer, or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters. Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get...
Okay, there's that big guy he was talking about. Kind of scary looking. How about you?
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
Porn, maybe your fist, right? No, I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the Wild North? Come to see the strife? My friend, I respect the right to roam.
What's going on behind those
the
gates?
Open range awaits.
Does mean you can get
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him.
He screws up there with him. Right.
Then press the button to unlock, then go past him. And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Gotcha.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal...
Murder, huh?
To investigate murder.
That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
I have no idea. Okay, maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it.
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me up.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Nice. Let's strike about anyway.
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike, too.
Okay, we're going to talk to that big guy. What's this all about? Press button behind the guard. Hermetically sealed door locked by electronic means. Comes close to Measurehead. There's no lockpicking a door like this one. I did not plan on lockpicking it. Alright, Measurehead.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Measurehead's pain. Oh no. What do you mean my body does not my body is unimportant. I'm the police. We need to get through. Okay, no, we don't have to get through it yet. Not yet.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
Also, this is in his skin.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle, because you have succumbed to our rule. You reek of it, an invisible sword of our...
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
I see. Not good. trying to question him.
fungus is deep within your nervous
I did not mean
system.
to skip. I just,
Pulling the
okay.
strings.
I did not mean to do that.
You are merely its pupa now. I see no hope for you or your kind.
Well, the race stuff is important, but if you do my job.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far you get, you dominate. You will be superseded.
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
I am not going to fight him. Okay. I'm not doing it right now. I thought I could just talk to him about stuff, because he sounds like he may have to do some blah, 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 blah. He definitely has something to do with violence in this area, but whatever. I can't just talk to him. Come on, go down there. Jesus. Great. Great Revachol Industrial Harbor. Okay. Sure. I like money. I'll take some loose change I found on the ground. Foreign car kept in good condition. Okay. Hey, this is that thing in the picture.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's being reassembled piece by piece, secured and the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane."
Okay,
As
a
you
lot of
look
Phillips.
up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece.
What indentations? What do I see?
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet. Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it. Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement? Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and What did he do? You have no idea. High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious to your memory trouble.
Okay. Autosave. Comics. I now have a shirt. A shirt. Oh, the items actually have stats. Hey, money. Okay, I was already over it. That's right. Lady.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Alright. I do agree a little bit with that. There has to be something in there. I want to go in there, but I guess not. I need gloves. I could steal that one guy's badge ID if I wanted. Just thinking of all my options right here. Confront this guy about opening that, which I don't particularly want to do. We'll go in there, see if we can get some gloves. I don't know how much gloves cost, but I have some Real, or Royale, or however you said it.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
I see.
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out. Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there. Somewhere. Oh. Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Forget all this fashion police in front of the cover. I don't know what you asked about
me
it.
neither.
Okay, before we go on,
I don't know.
Frit?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier.
Funky!
It doesn't.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but... Reality? You mean, what?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 15. Yeah, that's why I'm working my arse off in Frit. I don't know.
Exactly.
What about it?
What is it? The coalition. What's that? Someone told me there's one.
Our government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article. Cool.
Can you tell me about anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so, I don't...
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Thank you for your help.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. we don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
What is Nosafed?
Saint Baptiste, you know. Saint Baptiste.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint Baptiste, the city, itself so named.
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
Thank you for explaining. I'm going to leave because I don't need any of that right now. Right, I think it's Ash who's watching. I had 4 people watching for a little bit, Mom. Some people would call that fame. Bottles. Oh, magnesium. Sick. That's where I just was. Should I ask that lady for her gloves?
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems
I am the law!
You sure are, my man. It's the jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern era. You could almost taste it.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight, no explanation given. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words, or both.
I don't quite understand what you just said. Could you say it? That's a phrase. Like...
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for.
Yeah,
otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time, right?
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal file.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing.
Okay.
They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Ilmaran market lately. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically.
Don't be a stranger.
They really want one of those tracksuits, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, there's not much else over here then. There's his car. Let's correct. This is... Okay. I think I'm gonna go finally look at the body. I am also going to...
Hello again, officer. Excuse me? Oh, Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. I don't know anything about...
Pig is a widely used term.
Yeah, I know that.
No need to worry.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Me?
She hides it well, but behind the sweat...
Is there?
The quickness of the reply certainly does not prove you wrong.
I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard. Well...
Don't worry.
Salts? Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
Me?
She hides it well.
I am pleased to meet you too, Officer. Me?
She hides it well.
So what are you doing here? What?
Salts?
I'm trying to get your
Even
gloves.
over here, there's a drop of death in the spring.
Fudge. Can't get the gloves
She's
anymore.
very well composed.
Okay. Bye. There's that hole everyone's talking about.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Silence. An off-key melody.
Kudos! Please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
Boxing for young
All
athletes.
you hear is static, but no one answers the call. You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens.
Okay. Emma's fashion.
You wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence. No one answers the call. You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as you can almost hear them breathe.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electric.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
She must be mistaking you for someone else. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to work here,
What is going on?
as if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally again.
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 main cards on the call box read.
Okay, we're gonna that up.
Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They
Let's
don't.
do the empty one
This
right now.
button looks new, but
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Okay. Leave. Huh. There's some stuff going on here. Okay. Trying to get me some gloves, man.
This Postlavantore, a faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102.
Is this a reference to something?
Happy. Eat
What?
shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
What? I feel you may collect. What is going on?
The mail collection box seems cathartic. Thankfully, even. So do you. You shudder. Then you...
I'm so confused.
Seems happy.
Okay. Bye, milk collection box. Chill, I guess. I don't know why.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Hi.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Board games are like little games on a table. That is a book. They have a postcard is a small... My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope... My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside, minding the register. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum
Something about
bottle
this
to keep
seems
warm.
wrong. Sounds straight like a little shoulder. She has some hot juice in her vacuum bottle. Okay.
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Okay. Isn't the school more important than school? You're like, okay, what is school anyways?
Mum said...
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Okay.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
This sounds rather serious. Look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. But I don't see him.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
How does this just manifest itself?
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old.
Actually might help me learn.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
I had a question of mine. See you around, Annette. Stay warm out here. Do you have any non-fiction books? I have to pee while this is loading. I'll be back. Back. Let's do this. Lady who keeps her child outside in the rain. What? Well, she's having her child get like people to come in the store, and it's like raining and cold outside. So I'm like, friggin',
all the titles contain
it's
the
not
word
good.
Hyundai.
Ash is saying I have to beware of the curse. Yeah, because the girl said there's a curse in this place that it never gets business.
Rows and rows of Hyundai men blur your vision, maybe 100. Man from here, the display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyundai novels. Nothing of interest, only silence and the...
I'm just trying to find non-fiction books so I could learn about the world and not be an amnesiac that knows nothing at all.
Screw the curse. Who actually believes that garbage?
Ash, you're really confusing me, man. I don't like this lady. I'm gonna talk to her last. Oh, that's a creepy back room. Does she sell gloves even at the store?
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name, Dick Mullen. A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and...
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories. You're a police officer.
crime fiction. These books, what's more,
I don't
they
know,
completely
man.
ignore
A curse
the
sounds like a
psychological
groovy
hardships
time.
of year
Ash,
after year. Not a
stop
single
being a
mention
weird
of all the
disco guy
stress
because of
this
this
work
game.
creates upon the officer's family.
But I have to
Detective,
say,
you
this
see,
game's really
a
good. I'm
killing is
liking it so
declared.
far.
Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock. Yes, there's also the dame who did it. Farewell, tragedy calls for Dick. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen? Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book.
What do we have here?
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence. Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere. Is it because the smoking dame in the slinky red dress on the cover is giving you a hard-on? Yes, it is. The bulge in your pants is embarrassingly obvious. Relax. It's not that bad. Also, this means your blood flow is returning to normal.
Something the matter, detective?
The lieutenant narrows his eyes and contemplates the book for a moment.
I would certainly say she fits the description, providing that's your type.
I like him. He's funny.
The plaque on the shelf reads, biographies of you will attain a place on this shelf one day, or die trying.
I don't want to, though.
I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocent...
Shelves full of biographies of famous people. Browsing through all the... Suddenly, High-Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a run-down drug den.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you.
So I haven't heard. Here's the only thing I was calling you about, but I'm back home now. I just want to let you know, and then...
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is Ozon, Laurent disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Connections to other worlds, words past the Insulindian, and you have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of the north. This ozone, this large map. Disintegrate. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou. The ocean breaks connections that you have lit. This large map. Connections that you have lit. Perhaps they are. It's not still. This large map. Ozone. Disintegrate. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north. You have little idea. Perhaps they are God. It's not really a map. It's detailed.
I'm sorry, officer. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of from when some design studio people...
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous. Amidst the various books, you find one written by these three things. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have various paranatural books.
What books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh,
no! Okay. What a goofy lady. I'm thinking about buying that map, though. I don't want to steal it because Kim is with me.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing.
What's behind the curtain?
Please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books?
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, this is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. Inhabitants of
Seminese is that guy that was
the Seminine Islands down south.
He was a Seminese person, right?
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head.
Okay, now I should actually talk to you, lady.
Welcome to crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Okay, lady. Take your kid inside.
And please take responsibility.
Her face looks powdery and painted from all the makeup.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
Strikes me as wrong. I'm going to spend the free market and abolish. Why are you...
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
I'm just bringing up my issue with you.
She copes with criticism.
Okay.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
I want to buy a book.
You were already doing good. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look.
She smiles and nods.
Hurst? Who said that? Annette? I will have a...
What in God's name is she talking about?
Okay, there's definitely a mystery here.
A small mountain of colorful board game and endless... There's also books in a board game section. Who wants to read books? There's a box that price is steep, but then is the third edition $25.
Wonder Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. Friends are technically like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization. Lousy auras there. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff.
Sounds like a D&D scare. It's goofy. Okay. I'm trying to find some gloves, man. I'm gonna come save this little girl later, you know what I'm saying, right, Mom? Yes. Loading screens. I hear water. Can we get in? Game, please, please. Let's do this. Arian's broken window. The edge trips the window. Okay.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest.
Vandalism.
Its coin
Poor little
the metal
viewer.
feels cold and wet under your palm. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reeds. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach.
Probably some kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruin in a coin-operated viewer. It took... This
I wish you did have a bag.
Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of summer?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick. They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Evrard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here. We should have done something about the Union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Alright. What about north? North is where all the people are living. Maybe people have gloves to sell in the living area. Woo! What's this? Only... Oh, I see. I see this. Okay, don't go all the way around. Is this blood?
Hey! Up here, Piggo! The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
Okay.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last...
Go where? Accosting a minor?
Listen to your partner, pigman. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies.
About the recent murder.
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
She nods disdainfully toward the woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier. Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Probably the Wild Pines rep.
Okay.
We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Can't you tell? I'm painting a... I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffiti-o? We rarely see pigs. Yeah?
She means the opposite.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've...
Don't like me, which is obvious, because I'm a cop, but whatever. What's going on in here?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
I have no reason to go yet. Okay.
Good afternoon,
officers.
I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
What are you doing? Oh. Want me to help? You got it? Was it big? That's good. Hearing it from somewhere. Throw this away.
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, Madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic. It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group. What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
Okay.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight,
so
that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things, and that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
Who are the other Indo-tribes?
Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
We don't know much about Elysium or the Brightest Star. It doesn't seem like anyone knows the Brightest Star. They're in good company, it seems.
She nods.
What can you tell me about this strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
How do I repeal it, then?
Why? By throwing off half a century of foreign domination under the Coalition. Unfortunately for you, the Coalition also leases you the right to police West Revachol.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
What is your role in this
precisely?
I believe
the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. Yes, I believe there is a connection. But that's a subject for later. Yes,
Measurehead?
Jean-Luc Measurehead. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
I understand that.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
Okay.
But the strike began in December.
I don't know what month it is.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time the demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
What are the demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Yeah, they don't. It seems like they have no over-aggressive commie posturing. Commie scum!
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker a member of the board.
What does that even mean? Most of them probably don't know what that means. I'm gonna ask, what does that even mean?
Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision,
yeah, it goes to the board.
About what? About anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers
which
in its
would be insane.
terminal.
You would need representatives.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, and now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the...
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates, the one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, call me mañana.
This checks out.
Okay. What happened to this
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union.
That's the gate. Did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the Union refuses to?
Don't let her answer it herself.
If these strikebreakers were organised by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar. Yes,
there are two of them?
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a
mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Thank you for being candid. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades.
Like me more.
However much you feed the wolf always hungers.
One more thing, you said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union.
She disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence, Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the union's files. Downright
Eerie.
haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help?
What can you
Quite
tell me
a few
about the lynching?
things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves.
I don't know.
I am
my
Lieutenant
badge number.
Kitsuragi from
Or
Precinct
name.
57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Remember when your partner told me I'd released over an unusual medical episode? That's
see.
related to that.
So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
It's possible after a night of it, I would have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, the city, nothing. Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
Ah, fudge. I'll tell the truth.
Oh, dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear. The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
You seem smart. I need someone to give me a load on this reality.
Reality?
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
Not any impersonation in the world I find myself in. It's related to the Miller episode. I had trouble learning most basic terms of reality.
Yes, the episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy, now that I think of it.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Where are
We're
we?
in Martinez, baby. A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed. Martinez is a district of Revachol.
Yeah, as we
A very
learned
small
so far.
district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
Okay, tell
I'm
me
not a
about
good
Martinez.
ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work.
Ooh,
the reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets. It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean. Yes.
Are we near the ocean?
We're on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the Blue Immensities.
Okay.
Caillou.
What's in this island? Okay.
Imagine a pebble.
Yeah, I remember that.
A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea. misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the River Esperance. We're in the delta of this river, on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
Okay. That's Martinez. Okay, tell me about another, perhaps even more fun about, okay.
Revachol. Revachol is what you call a city, the great kind. History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Okay.
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile-Marat, depending on your creed.
When was Revachol
in
built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
Okay. Why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island, able to sustain up to 200 million people. In the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're in an important part of an important place? So we're pretty much the center of the world, so we're on the periphery, basically. No. We're on an unimportant part in an unimportant place.
I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about...
She points across the water where the skyscraper
rise. A collection of tall ghosts behind the water vapor. Light reflecting off their glass windows.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Okay.
She observes your eyes scanning the horizon, then breaks the silence, slowly. This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
Oh, of course not. You are already diligent for getting this far, and diligent boys remember where they left off.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
We're gonna do what times are these?
Unimportant times, detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
Too late for what?
For the big time. The revolution.
What's the big time? Okay. And what is
it's
this
quite easy.
I keep hearing
Every
about?
100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle, indeed. Would you say it was a bunch of apes duking it out?
Why, of course. We're talking Duke Out Central. Full swing intraspecies warfare. No, I would say the apes were neutral. On the other hand,
who got shot in the head?
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head. Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed. Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Oh dear. That's a tragedy.
The Red Deluge. The Insulindian Deluge, they call it. Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
Cowardly
I
king.
prefer the term risk-averse. King Guillaume was nobody's fool. He could smell a PR disaster brewing, so he got out alive, and his nephew Fricelle got shot in his place. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time. The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, liberals are usually middle-class people, detective, or the remaining gentry, the beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement.
Oh God,
Some
it's
were
parallels
rich enough
to
to stay
our
with the
world.
Constitution, with
You
monarchy.
can see it and see how
make
it's different at the
mistake.
same time.
Others,
It's pretty
they
crazy.
didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended.
We. She's one of them. Of course.
I'm gonna shut my head. Who's
To
this
foreign
senator?
intervention, the coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights.
Who's the
The
coalition?
coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-la-Clay, the armed centre of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, at least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now. This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
The colour of moralism is blue. The official motto of Moral Intern, or Moralist International, is a blue forget-me-not, a piece of grey sky. Unofficial. For a moment, there was hope.
Interesting. I was always picking the option that doesn't commit to anything than hell. Yes, I am, and also not. I don't think I am.
Of course. Not easy to be moderate about head shooting in your line of work.
Rooty tooty, pointy shooty.
That's the way of history.
Okay. When was
Turn
this
of the
kerfuffle?
Century Revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end nearly the whole world had gotten involved. It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Marzolf came along and overthrew the government. It made people overthrow their governments. Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark. From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Marzolf's government was overthrown in '08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end.
Okay.
Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
What is the zone of control?
A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia.
Okay.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune. Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication, telematic milieus, radiation, coloured plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
Time flies.
What have we been doing
The
all that
20s
time?
saw a decade of urban war, west of the river levelled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell. The 30s... Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
Were they?
No. It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing. The 40s dispelled it like a cold splash, an Isla-wide hangover, you might say. And here we are. Welcome to reality, baby.
For her to be where she is, Wild Pines Group must have picked the right side.
Which side was
They
the Wild
picked
Pines
the winning
Group on?
side. That's why they're here, and other. Perhaps it wouldn't have turned out that way had I been in charge. I might have bet on the king and led the Pines to doom. I would have sided with the cannons. If you'd seen the calibers of the things, you might have too. Perhaps 10 of the 14 Indo tribes got it wrong. Feld, Kupri, Tricentennial. So I suppose I would have been in good company. They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
It's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Thank you.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Bye. Okay, what do we do now? What do we do now? And smell everything with... Okay, yeah, I got that. Hand-eye coordination, composure, interfacing. Fair, sneak on the nose stone. Joyce's info on lynching. I'll do that later. Joyce's info on the lynching. There's yeah, that's right. Map. Horseback monument. Okay. There's so administrative located solution company. Name that after the main. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna do it. I don't know what that really does, but I'm gonna do it. Okay. Now, I really want to do the autopsy on this body, but I don't have gloves. Should have just asked her for them. Got a bag? The bag! I can make money. Nice. This place has been through hell. There's something down there. I don't like that. Potatoes. Okay, let's finally go into this area. Shoot, kid.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Feels bad.
Oh, yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Huh?
I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Oh.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno... The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno!
Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit.
Fast. This kid has got street smarts.
Alright,
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig.
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Probably climbed. Kuno was big. You heard Kuno. Kuno... I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
You've seen anyone around suspicious?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty Kuno.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch. You're...
Get lost,
That's not a good word.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Yeah, whatever. Kuno's Kuno, pig.
Clearly the kid's using a third person's perspective as a shield. Super yourself at Kuno. Is there some kind of gang there?
Yeah, Kuno's in a fucking gang. In a bang gang. Kuno bangs for Magie, bangs for Mazda, bangs for Revachol.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno!
Help! He's got the Kuno!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Yeah? Get out of here before the...
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you.
Really? That hurt my morale? Are you serious?
Bang!
Serious? Am I that soft? That's the girl. Yeah.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Damn, Kim. You just phased through the stuff.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Oh, back. Okay. Well, let's deal with this body first. Hey.
There are several footprints footprints in the mud,
Hold
left by
on.
work boots. Anywhere
Tina.
from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Did you just try to get Lila to move?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
Come on, yes!
No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46. You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44.
44. Okay.
6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8.
Okay.
And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? A woman or a kid? Understood. Anything else? 200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between 2 men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
An aberration, one soul smoother than the
Interesting.
other.
Let's name it the odd soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
I was actually thinking the exact same thing. Not thoughtfully.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect.
How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the...
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. The lieutenant...
Either way, what else?
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, well, it is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing it.
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
I'll die before I... What's this kid?
Get the...
So it's a girl. Interesting.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Murder was... I'll die before I squeal. I come from...
Don't be...
I'll die before I squeal.
Fuck does Kuno care? You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? Shit.
You can't do that.
Pigs can't How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right? Of course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just gotta fly, pig. Not for you, pig. Kuno
can't wait.
That's all there is to it then.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Get the friggin' ladder. Climb the ladder. We have to get the body down.
There he still is, looking right through you. The smell...
Okay. I threw up.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Until a pool of vomit, the smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used some. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Okay, I just want to get the body down. How do I get the body down? Okay, well, let's go in the building. Let's go in Kuno's wondrous shack of wondrous things. Okay, we're in Kuno's shack of wondrous things.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine, sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no?
Courier, pig's head. It looks mummified. Is weird. Kuno is weird. Oh, I see it now. Okay. Hey, man, let me frickin'...
Have you leveled up at all?
Holy crap, that scared me. Yes, Ash, I've leveled up twice. handkerchief, a postcard. What else is there? One trash container. I need to get that key.
Have you committed to any thoughts?
Have I what? Hold on, let me open up my phone. Committed to any thoughts? What do you mean? Like about what's going on in this place? A lot of stuff going on here. I mean, pretty sure that big guy probably killed in the menu. What do you mean?
All the way to the right.
Oh, yeah, I'm committing to the James Vu derealization. I don't know what this means, but I'm doing it. Money.
When it's done, I will do something, stat changes and whatnot.
Okay. Can I just, like, hop over this ledge? No? I'm not capable of doing that? That's the, what's it called? Dude, you really just can't, like, jump over the ledge or something?
Yes.
Oh! I healed by accident, but I think that's fine, because I was missing a bar of health.
Also, one of the buttons on the everything you can interact with on screen.
Really?
That's your hint for this part.
How do I highlight everything? Oh, L1. Ooh, I can zoom out.
You can also select a thing without being close to it, and you will automatically move to where you have to be.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be able to get that shirt. But maybe I am?
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
I just wanted to equip it.
When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the Elysium insignia.
Dude, I really like Kim.
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Savoir-faire.
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it? Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be...
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets...
42%, let's go! Oh, Ash told me to take off my pants.
I will make the jump easier.
Oh.
No, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you could have done...
Stop being bad at having morale.
Hey, what happened? I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better.
Take off your pants. I should have done it before I made the jump. But just the... Dude, take off your pants. It'll make it easier. Gonna try again.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance.
Now you'll have to put a skill point in that skill to try again.
Okay. I'm not against that. Okay. Why isn't it letting me? Okay,
that machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal, even for them.
Mother, I am hungry.
But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
To Pete? No? From Pete's? I thought that Pete's is by where you get your prescription. Really? That is interesting. Why can't I just, like, jump? Okay. Well, let's get a thingy and Siviore. Hold on a second. Let me cheer, Lord. I am going to save game and hop off for a bit.